We are all supremely interested in one subject. There is one thing that means more to us than all the other things in the world put together, and that is our search for God and the understanding of His nature. The aim of the metaphysical movement is to teach the practice of the presence of God. We practice the presence of God by seeing Him everywhere, in all things and in all people, despite any appearances to the contrary. As we look at the world with the eyes of the flesh, we see inharmony, fear, and all sorts of difficulties. But our leader, Jesus Christ, taught us, "Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment." So when we see the appearance of evil, we look through it to the truth that lies back of it. As soon as we see this truth and see it spiritually, the appearance changes because this is a mental world. Now, most people do not know this. They think it is a material world, and that is why humanity has so many problems. After 19 centuries of formal Christianity, the world is passing through desperate difficulties. But we know the truth. We do not judge by appearances. We know that we live in a mental world, and to know that is the key to life. If a child could be taught only one thing, it should be taught that this is a mental world. I would let all the other things go and teach them that whatever enters into their life is but the material expression of some belief in their own mind. The kind of body you have, the kind of home you have, the kind of work you do, the kind of people you meet are all conditioned by and correspond to the mental concepts you are holding. The Bible teaches that from beginning to end. I am putting it in the language of metaphysics. The Bible gives it in the language of religion, but it is the same truth. About 20 years ago, I coined the phrase mental equivalent. And now I want to say that for anything that you want in your life, a healthy body, a satisfactory vocation, friends, opportunities, and above all, the understanding of God, you must furnish a mental equivalent. Supply yourself with a mental equivalent, and the thing must come to you. Without a mental equivalent, it cannot come. Now to the things in your life that you would like to be rid of. Everyone has such things in their life. Perhaps bodily difficulties or faults of character are the most important. We all have habits of thought and action, and we all have business, family, and personal conditions we would like to be rid of. If we rid our minds of the mental equivalent of them, they must go. Everything that you see or feel on the material plane, whether it is your body, your home, your business, or your city, is but the expression in the concrete of a mental equivalent held by you. Everything in your city is the embodiment of mental equivalents held by the citizens. Everything in your country is the embodiment of mental equivalents held by the people of the country. And the state of the world embodies the mental equivalent of the 2,000 million people who make up the world, almost 8 billion in the 21st century. What about war? That is the physical expression of a mental equivalent held by the human race. The human race has believed in the old bogey of fear. It is believed that you can enrich yourself by taking something belonging to someone else. It has believed in death. It has believed in lack. It has believed that aggression pays and that helping yourself to other people's things is a good policy. We have all believed this to some degree. The natural result of this has been to precipitate in the outer a picture of war, death, suffering, and so on, because humanity had the mental equivalent of war. The war came. Today, the world is beginning to get the mental equivalent of peace. And that is why peace will come. A new world will come. The new world will be worth living in. In the great new world that is going to come a little later on, and it will come sooner than some people think, there will be peace, harmony, and understanding between people and between nations. But always the thing you see in the outer is the precipitation on the physical plane of a mental equivalent held by one or more people. Now, of course, I borrowed this expression mental equivalent from physics and chemistry. We speak of the mechanical equivalent of heat, for example, and engineers constantly have to work out the equivalent of one kind of energy in another kind of energy. They have to discover how much electricity they will need to do certain mechanical work, such as driving a compressor. They have to find out how much coal will be needed to produce so much electricity, and so on. In like manner, there is a mental equivalent for every object or occurrence on the physical plane. The secret of successful living is to build up the mental equivalent that you want, and to get rid of, to expunge, the mental equivalent that you do not want. Suppose you have rheumatism. I have friends in London